Hi there, this is John Frenay, and welcome to an encore presentation of our Legacy Business Spotlight. These are best done in person, and with the current state of emergency restrictions, that's just not possible. So we will be re-releasing our past episodes every Saturday at noon until this pandemic is in our collective rearview mirror. Until then, enjoy this encore presentation of our Legacy Business Spotlight.
Some businesses succeed. Some don't. Then there are those that seem to have been around forever. The true entrepreneurial success story. How did they do it? What was their vision? What makes a success? In this special episode for Ion Annapolis, we speak with the true success stories. Those business owners that have been around for decades. Learn from their successes and failures. Now, here's host John Frenay.
I am here in a store that I have absolutely never been. I may not ever be again, but it's. I am here at Alamode Intimates, which is in the town center in Annapolis, with Pattiy Platt and Rebecca Ulrich-Dodson. How are you guys?
Oh, we're great. Thank you.
And you guys are the owners, founders, and chief cooks and bottle washers of Alamode, right?
We are, yes. We're half of it. We have a couple other partners, but we're half.
Well, that's good. Now,
the working half.
So they're the ones that cash the check.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
Well, Alamode has been around for an awful long time. This is part of our Legacy Business series, and it's one of those businesses that's not really been on my radar because I'm a man and you're selling ladies' intimates. But you've always been around, it seems, as far as things. And that's what we're looking to do, is to talk to these businesses and find out, what they're all about, how they got here, and where they're going. So I guess the biggest question is, when and where and how did Alamode start? Whose idea was it? Was it one of your two ideas?
Yeah, so it was mine, and I was actually getting ready to retire from my other life, and I was having drinks with my best friend, and I asked her if she'd love to go into business with me. And after a couple glasses of wine, we decided we were going to go into business together. And then we had to decide what we wanted to do, where we wanted to go. So I had someone had told me once, you should look for a business that there's either a need for, that people are they can't find somewhere else, or that you're excited or passionate about. So I actually really love lingerie. But I could never find something that was pretty or comfortable. And I kept thinking, it can't be that difficult. It just can't be that hard to find something that's comfortable and actually looks nice and is pretty, makes me feel good. So, though my partner wanted us to sell kayaks. So it was between lingerie or kayaks.
It's an easy jump.
Yes, exactly.
Same diff.
You can tell she's a sailor of the crew. So I won, and we decided to open a lingerie shop.
Now, did you have a background in retail prior to this? You said
No, I had none.
Most businesses that see a lot of success are started by people that will challenge the norm of any type of a business. I've often heard said, when you want to get to the real root of something, you ask why 5 times. It's like a 5th grade kid. Why?
Yes.
4-year-old. And why do we have to do it this way? And I'm sure, as you came through from a non-retail background, that you had a lot of people telling you that you were doing it wrong or it would never work.
Oh, absolutely. And in fact, if I could take back the first 5 years, and redo things, the things I've learned. But I don't know, maybe it makes you stronger at the same time. But when you're really passionate also about something and you really want to do it, that's a big plus.
Without a doubt. Passion is the key in anything. And I've told my kids as they get older, it's, if you do what you want to do and do what you enjoy doing, because if you're stuck doing something that you really dislike, if you get up in the morning and you're dragging your butt out of bed,
I know.
Oh God, I gotta go to work. There are those days for everybody.
And exactly, you have to love what you're doing. You've got to want to come in every day, and that's here. It's just, I love our customers, the people that come in. It's fun, it's exciting. I love when you make them smile and they say, this has been an incredible experience. And that's really what we've done and built Alamode around. It's really, besides the business end, because still as a small business owner, you've got to remember this is a business, and that's the tough part sometimes when you said do you have a retail experience, that's the hardest for small business.
It is. And I think you've got an internet-proof business, but I think certainly with the intimates and lingerie, that it is much more of a tactile product than the printer that's sitting on the desk here or something like that, where we can sit there and just replace it there. Now, Rebecca, were you here from the get-go?
No, I joined the team shortly out of college, also sans retail experience. Okay. But I found a lot of passion, a lot of room for growth, something that was underserved and not well understood. I like puzzles. I like figuring things out. And just like Patty had that feeling of there's something wrong here, there's got to be a better way to do this, the outside experiences that most women have at bra stores or bra shopping are not up to par. They're not enough.
If you want a fun discussion, just say to a woman, just ask her how her bra is, or just talk about bra shopping, and they just you'll all of a sudden it's 15-20 minutes later. But yeah. Usually men are the ones that hear it though, which is funny because we actually have a lot of men that come in because their wife, they hear them complaining all the time. And I say to women, see, they want to help you fix your problem. They know that, that you're in pain or you're uncomfortable, and they found a solution for you, and it's a la mode.
That's true. But you guys were not here all the time because Town Center has not been here all the time. They're celebrating their 10th anniversary right now in 2019. But where did you get your start? Where did you first open up shop, hang your shingle?
So when my partner Sharon and I first decided to open, we were actually sitting at 49 West.
Okay.
On West Street.
Great little cafe.
As we were sitting there having a glass of wine, we looked across the street, and there was a sign in a little storefront. And we looked at each other and went, oh my goodness, there's our shop.
There's a sign.
There's a sign, yeah. So that's what we did. We opened on West Street.
And so this was right across from 49 West. Was this the, I guess it's the paint, the wine and paint store now.
Now, yeah.
It used to be a toy store. And
yeah.
I don't remember what it was before the toy store. But
once upon a time, it was a shoe store.
Okay.
Yeah, I think in the...
So you were on West Street for how long?
We were there for 7 years. We opened in 2003, so we were there till 2010.
And then, so you weathered the recession.
Yeah, it was. Unfortunately, I just loved being on West Street and the downtown area. It's just the retailers there. We had a association we had all put together. It was like family. It was really nice. A lot of small businesses, and. But unfortunately, the recession hit, so we knew we had to start looking somewhere else. But what we found when we had opened on West Street, it was just going to be a tiny little intimate shop. I think we had, we sold 30 sizes of bras. Bras come in band sizes and cup sizes, and we did the usual what you could find in the department store because, again, I was still learning also. And then we found women kept coming to us, and they were looking for different sizes. And we found each year we were adding maybe 10 or 15 sizes a year. So we also realized we were outgrowing our space and that women were actually coming to us, a lot of referrals. And so we were growing instead of an intimate shop, we were specializing in bra fitting. That's what we specialize in. So when we found the space here, we grew, maybe 3 times the size.
A little more than double. Definitely got a lot more space and a lot more parking.
Oh, yeah. The parking is so good.
Well, you had the garage behind the store, but that's still, again, it's...
and quite honestly, when the session is in...
Yeah.
0 spots left.
They take a lot of the parking.
That's true.
It's hard for retail.
Not in any battle with the tourists during the summer, so I get that.
So we had 2 dressing rooms and... downtown, and here we've got 5 dressing rooms now, which is really nice.
So that's really expanded. Yeah. Now, let's talk about your product. You said you specialize in bra fitting. Mm-hmm. Does somebody come in and buy are you customizing bras, or are they ordering?
You want to take that one?
Sure.
See, this is all foreign to me.
Oh, yeah.
Bras are incredibly complicated.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard to explain all the intricacies that go into it. A bra size is not enough information to tell you if it's going to fit and how it's going to feel. Imagine wearing shoes that don't fit for half your life,
Sure.
and then finally going to a place that has every size and style and shape of shoe that you've ever seen. So I do like to use the shoe analogy for guys because I think maybe it's relevant.
To me, that makes sense. I mean, you wear a 10.5 shoe, but then you never realize that they offer them in wide and double wide.
Right. And it's way more complicated than even that because then you've got heights and shapes and strap lengths and positions and band tension and all these other things. So we carry a lot of different brands, a lot of different styles, a lot of different sizes. We're up to about 180 different bra size combinations over about 20 different brands, and we work really hard with our staff to make sure that they understand what each and every one of those features, sizes, brands, what they're about, who they're for, and how they're going to help a woman feel comfortable.
So this is for a woman that maybe say is very broad-shouldered, and
it's for any
woman,
as opposed to somebody that may be very narrow-shouldered or high chest or a waist and all that. That all comes into play, I guess.
All of those things and so much more. There is no such thing as the average woman.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so bra sizes...
It took me 53 years to figure it
out. And you know what's interesting? A lot of people think that they only need to come here if they can't find something in a department store, or they always come in and they think that they're a difficult fit, or they're not. Everyone's the same. It's just when you go to a department store, they're just going to have... They've got to work on turn and a certain amount. Sure. They can't carry 180 sizes, quite honestly. They can't. Their staff also can't be trained as my staff does. My staff here, it has to be certified in every brand and every category that they're selling. I want a customer, when she comes in, that person that's helping them, because it's really it's individual service, really personal attention, that they're really helping that person find what fits and then what she likes. So we're not just saying you've got to buy this is what fits, but it's also giving her the choice, but to realize there's a choice out there and there's a size that fits her. She's not different, she's not unusual, and it's great. The
department store is trained for cashiering.
Yes,
is what they
exactly.
are. And I get that. I used to, way back when I used to work retail, and I mean, I get the buyers are looking to say, okay, I'm going to buy 1,000 bras. And that's where their prices priced accordingly, and everything else as opposed to, like you said, 80. You said 80 different brands,
180 different sizes over about 40 bra brands, 40 brands.
We actually we go to. There's trade shows specifically for intimates. Rebecca and I travel. We go to New York, but there's some in Vegas, different places that they'll go. We go twice a year. That's when we do our buying. We meet with vendors. We talk. We know exactly what we're looking for, what our customers are looking for. We're out there actually searching. Vendors will tell us what they've changed. I mean, we get into fabrics and in laces and what's new, which is amazing in fabric now. There's moisture wicking. There's fabrics that actually take shape. There's
spacer foam, which is a really new technology in the bra world that is both foam but breathable. If we could go to NASA and build a bra, and some of the technology from NASA has floated down. There's memory foam in some of the bras. There's cooling technologies, as she mentioned. So finding a way to take all of those technological advances and finding the customer who needs those or who's going to appreciate that benefit in her life, so that every day when she gets dressed, she feels great.
That's the thing, is to realize that the lace doesn't have to be scratchy. The wire, so many women come in and go, I can't wear an underwire. And the reason is they're just wearing the wrong shape. If you're wearing a wire that's that's poking in the places it shouldn't be poking, right, because it's the wrong size, remember, you're in this item of clothing, this one little item, for 10, 12, 14 hours a day, every day. In fact, when people come home, you take shoes off, maybe changes, but you don't take that item. I mean, that item stays on for a long time, and it's supposed to also move with you, and it's supposed to. So it's really important. It's not just a little. It's not a little teeny piece of fabric. Right. One's got a big job.
It's meant to defy gravity. and yet you're not supposed to know it's there.
Who determines? I mean, okay, you look at fashion, just in general. Who determines the intimate styles, if you will, that come there? Is that driven by the retail end and you guys and what your customers are wanting and seeing, or is this more of some manufacturers saying, "Hey, this is what we think is going to be in," or a combination?
I would say it's actually completely the opposite. And what we work for very strongly is to understand what our customers want, to reflect the cultural values, the aesthetic values that they're requesting, that they're pushing, that they're looking for. Now, it's a community effort, there are magazines and media and all these things, but it's all a conversation back and forth between what is fashion, what is function, and what is currently appreciated as those things.
It's interesting, but the vendors do come back to us. They're actually excellent. Some of these vendors and brands we work on, they do an incredible job, especially those that have their kind of sort of a mom and pop shop themselves, which we really love dealing with. But they do ask us what's out there. And each year there's something a little bit different. Maybe bralettes are in. Maybe there's more comfort. People are looking for more leisure wear. Maybe people are looking for more strapless. There's different things. And so they do come back. And it takes, though, each manufacturer a long time, usually more than a year, as they're developing, because they've got to go through design and then they go back
testing.
And forth and testing. So it's usually takes a while.
There's a sort of an ongoing dialogue between our customers and us and the manufacturers and the suppliers and the materials and so forth.
Back and forth there.
Yeah.
Would you say your ideal customer is any woman that has come home at the end of the day's work and said, "Oh my God, this bra hurts"?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you could be any size, and that's what's, we have people in here, is it like they could be in their 70s and have never had a bra fitting, and they go, "Oh my, why haven't I done this before?" It's so nice. We've gotten hugs. We've gotten tears. We've gotten, this is the best experience. We get a lot of referrals just for that reason.
It sounds like the business is built off of referrals.
Yes.
And you had mentioned a lot of hugs and tears, but you guys are not just about making the cash registers ring, about getting the product out the door, which is, I could tell as I was walking in, you had somebody working with somebody to, obviously find the product. But you guys are really looking out for women. You've got a bra recycling program, for lack of a better words.
Yeah, so twice a year, we incentivize our clients to clean out their drawers and get rid of anything that they're not wearing, that they're not loving, or that's just worn out. Bras don't last forever. So during the month of January and the month of October, they can bring in their bra and get $5 off a replacement. And it doesn't even have to be a bra purchased from us. Bras that still have life. We get a lot of things that, she wore it once, threw it in the drawer because she hated it. Right. Not that she got it from us.
I was going to say
or whatever.
Right.
Or things that still have tags on that just don't do the job for her. We work with local organizations to rehome those bras with life left in them for women who need them and maybe don't have a lot to start with. We've worked with the Lighthouse Shelter, with the Chrysalis House, and several others over the years. And then the other big component to that is fabric recycling. So a lot of the bras are just worn out, but the materials in them don't need to end up in a landfill. They can be sorted out, separated, and recycled back into the manufacturing process.
Mm-hmm. Even the wires. Mm-hmm. They'll take the underwires.
Who would have thought? Now, so you'd mentioned the Lighthouse and Chrysalis and whatnot. I mean, are you recycling these or rehoming them in all local places, or is this a national thing, or is this just something that you guys have done here?
We've worked locally. Although I will say, depending on the needs, I know we shipped a big box of bras down to Puerto Rico after the hurricane, and another small shop like us in Puerto Rico worked with women there so that they could get new bras after what they had was washed away. So, we pay attention to what's going on in the world. We start local, and if there's a greater need, we do our best to contribute.
Giving back to the community. I like it. It's not a bad deal. Let's talk about your awards. Who wants to brag? Come on, drop it up, because I know I've seen enough articles where I don't know whether it's Fashion Week or where you've been.
We're so blessed to to have people that do recognize us and give us atta girls, I guess, and it is nice.
Yes, we have been acknowledged locally.
In fact, recently
we received
Capital News.
Yes, we received the Capital's Reader's Choice, but we also just received a rather prestigious national award from the Best of Intima, which recognizes, they have departments around the world, and I guess you would say ours was actually the North America category, so that includes Canada, Mexico, etc. As the top European flair boutique. So just honored within our industry.
We actually got to go to New York and up on stage and recognize. I mean, it's a really nice big deal, and that's when the brands that we actually purchase, but they work in with the stores, and they recognize those stores that they believe do a really good job, and we don't have to sell their product. That's what's interesting. They have a jury of maybe 20 different brands each year, maybe new ones, and
it's nice that you're not only recognized by your customers but by the industry. It sort of brings it all full circle there for a small. Say it's a small store. I mean, what do you have? Maybe 1,200 feet or something like that here?
Yeah.
Oh, I think we're a little more than that.
I think it's about 2,000 square feet.
Okay.
In fact, Rebecca and I also won a trip last year. Rebecca and I.
We won a trip to Paris.
We went to Paris to the lingerie
to the International Lingerie.
I know. So that was really a nice recognition that
was fabulous
that we received last year. So we got
that is good. How many employees do you guys have?
We have 8.
Okay, so that's doesn't seem like it's going to be a huge line. You've got the personal service, and you said all of them are trained on. How long does it take to train?
We like to maintain a lot of ongoing education as well, but initial training takes usually about 3 months,
2 to 3 months
to get them familiar with the product lines, with our philosophies about fit, some of the technical issues that they might encounter, and we do a long period of shadowing so that they can be side by side with an experienced fitter, getting to know the customers and working with them before we put them through a bra fit test and send them for certification. And then they can pursue additional certifications in other specialty fields. For example, nursing and maternity bras have their own program of training that we administer. For a lot of women, it's the first time they actually think about what a bra is supposed to do. So it's always nice to be a part of that moment in their lives.
But going back on training, we actually just had an employee attend training for post-mastectomy also, so in Baltimore. So she just finished and went through mastectomy education. And again, we do some mastectomy fittings. It's not our specialty, but we like our staff to understand every aspect.
Do you guys compete with the internet at all? I mean, obviously you do to a certain degree. I mean, if I need a 36B, I'm sure I can put that in Google or in Amazon and have it to my door tomorrow, but it's not going to work out as well. But has the internet really hurt you guys? I would think probably not.
I mean, I think we have seen some impact in the way that women shop, which is why it's been really important to us to try and stay technically up to date and make sure that they understand that you can conveniently shop small. We do phone orders, we can do email orders, we can do web orders, we can help guide them through the selection so they don't have to go out into the wild, wild web and guess. They can get that same level of service with us and access to an amazing array of products.
I mean, it is a crapshoot when you go out online. Yeah. I mean, you don't know, who the seller. I hate that I do some shopping on Amazon. You hate when you don't really know who's providing the ultimate product to you.
I think it's
where it came from.
I think it's the same as to why we opened. If a woman says she's the famous is a 34 double D, which is never the case. I think the statistics show that it's somewhere between 85 and 90% of women are wearing the wrong size bra. And we definitely find that here, that's the percent. So what's happening is the woman thinks that that's the size. She orders it, and of course she still has the same problem as when she went into the department store. It doesn't fit. She doesn't like it. It's poking her in certain places. She's coming out in other places or not filling it in another. And as we mentioned before, it's not really about size. Sometimes it's either the brand of the item, or it could be the shape of the item. There's plunge bras, and there's demi, and there's full, and it depends on what shape the woman is as to what kind of bra style she's wearing, which again is why it can. It's one of those times when I said it's no wonder women are confused about their size. It's not an easy product to fit, which is why I think we're here.
Right.
We do it really well.
Assuming that you guys all they all say don't make assumptions, but I'm assuming you make customer profiles as far as, so I mean, if a woman comes in and has, been fitted properly and absolutely falls in love with whatever bra she ultimately selects, that's something that if she needs another one that she could call up, or as Rebecca said, email, or maybe even go online and say, okay,
I think that's
another one of those.
Yeah, I think that's what we really do well. We keep their information in, and it's not just their size; it's what styles that they've done. So if somebody comes in, like a significant other, and wants to get her an item or a gift or a birthday present or anniversary present, we can go in and take a look at what she's purchased, so we can make sure to help that person get her the thing that's actually going to fit and won't get them in trouble. And she can do wish lists, so we'll know. I mean, there's some women that don't like certain colors. There's some that don't like, especially with panties, women get very particular as to the style of pant that she wants to wear, panty she wants to wear. In fact, guys even say, wow, this was so easy. So we go, we want you to get big smiles when you get back, and attaboys. So we're here to help you.
You've got many years behind you. What's the future hold for Alamo Intimates?
Exciting. So we just...
You finally get into the kayak business?
Yeah, no, I know. I think kayaks, what is it, Rebecca, 2 sizes, 3 colors?
Two sizes, 3 colors.
Yeah, we should have done that, but...
Would have been way easier.
Actually, very, very excited. We're opening a second location.
Where?
It's going to be Alamo Intimates at Fells Point. So we actually have a friend who has a very small lingerie shop in Fells Point right now, and she contacted us last year and said she was actually thinking, she and her husband, of getting a boat and heading down to the Caribbean. She needed to sell her shop, but she
didn't want to abandon her customers, which is, I think, something very interesting about this type of business that we have, that we do feel this responsibility to our customers. And
I was going to say, I see you totally, both of you two, whenever the time comes, to sell or whatever, it's like, well, no, I need to make sure my customers are left in good hands.
Yeah.
That comes through pretty strongly and pretty clearly from you two.
Yeah.
It's not like...
Yeah, we're not handing the keys out to anyone.
Yeah. And that's how our friend felt in Fells Point. She came to us and she just felt that we could take it to the next level. She knows us. She wanted to leave it in good hands.
We're really excited to be able to maintain her staff and keep her customers with the same level and hopefully even more than they've expected in the past.
A little bit of a change of sign. And
yeah,
exactly. I've told Rebecca I'm going to head up there for a little bit.
Right, and I'm going to hold down the fort here. Keep things rolling.
If you had one thing to say to anybody that's listening, a lady that's listening, what would it be?
Bra shopping can be fun. Yeah. If you don't believe me, come find out.
Yeah.
Pattiy Platt and Rebecca Ulrich-Dodson, thank you very much. Alamo Intimates, and it's Alamo Intimates with an S on the end, .com. You can go onto the website, check out about all of the way they work and about them, and you can see a little bit of the product that they offer. It is a beautiful showroom up front on the town center. You can park right in the Target. It's actually a little bit closer down to
Whole Foods.
The Whole Foods is the closest one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Park in the Whole Foods parking lot, or the one across the street. It's down it's opposite the Gordon Beer side. And
halfway between Anthropology and Talbot's.
You said that before. Except on the phone. So where are you guys located?
That's one of the reasons we love it here. Yeah.
Thank you guys very much for your time this morning, and congratulations on a fantastic run, mostly here at the town center.
Thank you.
How exciting for a new run to start up in Baltimore and Fells Point.
Yes, Fells Point.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for listening to this special podcast for Ion Annapolis. Please be sure to visit ionannapolis.net for all your local news, events, and opinions. And in case you haven't already, please subscribe to the Ion Annapolis Daily News Brief, where we bring you your local news direct to your phone or tablet every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Subscribe on iTunes or Google Play.